Hey there, and welcome to this week's featured video, an often overlooked and underaddressed factor in mental health challenges. I'm Jennifer Ellis Schutz, former high school Spanish teacher, head girls varsity soccer coach, and at-risk counselor of nearly 2 decades that transformed into becoming a functional health practitioner, transformational coach, and founder of Wellness Code Academy.
And I'm Sarah Korzeniewski, functional registered dietitian, owner of the Organic Dietitian, transformational coach, and partner with Jen at the Wellness Code Academy. We're so happy to have you watching. Let's jump right in.
So mental health struggles such as anxiety, depression, panic disorders, obsessive compulsive disorders, and the list goes on, are an epidemic these days. They're growing increasingly each year, becoming more complex and less responsive to interventions that may or may not have been helpful 10, 15, 20, or maybe even 30 years ago. And while there are a multitude of factors that contribute to chronic mental health issues, Sarah and I have found that there is one key player that often goes overlooked and underaddressed.
And that key factor, could you guess what it is? Well, it's chronic parasites. And in today's video, we are going to share with you 5 reasons why we should not overlook or underaddress the presence of parasites and the connection to mental health disorders of any kind.
And that brings me to reason number 1 is first and foremost, chronic parasites rob us of vital nutrients and energy. So think about it. Our cells need nutrients and energy to do their jobs. 2 very important jobs that cells perform in regards to mental health issues is the production and synthesis of neurotransmitters and hormones that our body needs in order to keep us in stable moods. But with chronic parasites present that are constantly siphoning our nutrients and energy, this becomes increasingly difficult until it reaches a point of severity where it might not even happen at all. And therefore, the parasites are taking all of our nutrients and energy, which is going to cause us to spiral further into an abyss of mental health challenges.
And reason number 2 goes along with reason number 1. When we have low cellular energy, as parasites can rob us of nutrients, that sets the stage for chronic inflammation. But parasites in general can create more toxins in the body that can also trigger more inflammation. And when we have inflammation, particularly happening within the digestive system, that then sets the stage for what we all commonly know as leaky gut, or also known as increased intestinal permeability. And when this happens, all of the proteins from the foods that we're eating, toxins that are building up in the digestive tract, start to leak out into the body, triggering more systemic inflammation all over, including working its way up into causing leaky brain and causing more neuroinflammation that will typically then contribute to more of our mental health conditions. So the connection is real between the gut and the brain.
And reason numero tres is that chronic parasites can literally hijack our emotions and our thought processes through energetic signaling. Yep, they can literally like come in, they're so stealthy and take over our nervous system to the point where they are controlling how we feel and how we think. And this will cause us to spiral into the dark abyss of sadness, despair, hopelessness, victim mindset thinking, and also thoughts such as nothing works out for me, I'm doomed, nothing is ever going to get better for me, I'm not worthy, and around we go. And when this happens, we beat ourselves up because we think it's us. We think we are fundamentally flawed, when in reality, it's these pesky, stealthy parasites that are living within us, robbing us of our nutrients and our energy, and hijacking our psychological world, causing us to feel like we're crazy, thinking we need to do something when, yeah, what we need to do is we need to do an effective, truly holistic parasite cleanse so that they don't keep wrecking our thoughts and our emotional processes.
And reason number 4, they are elusive and often missed on even the best stool tests. So we tend to spend hundreds of dollars running stool tests and treating what's popping up on the stool test, but parasites are actually very difficult, if not almost impossible, to detect because they are very smart. They do not want to be found because they know if they are, then we are going to work to try to kill them off and eliminate them. And they are very happy in the comfy, cozy home that we have made for them. So they are often largely missed, which means that they're not readily being considered when it comes to addressing mental health conditions.
100%. And reason numero cinco is that they're tricky and not straightforward to clear from the body. And because of this, people will either test positive for parasites, hopefully, if they show up on a stool test, which Sarah just explained, they're elusive and often don't, or they'll just go ahead and implement a protocol because they suspect that they're there. But because it's not straightforward and can be super tricky to clear them, they don't do it correctly. So they might implement an herbal protocol or even a medication protocol for a set amount of time and think, okay, I'm good, I don't have them anymore. But what can happen is parasites are smart and they can burrow deeper into the tissue. They can also become resistant to whatever we're using to kill them off, especially if we're just using one product for a set amount of time, say 6 weeks, instead of like pulse dosing and switching up products to kind of catch them off guard. And then they can go underaddressed, meaning we think we cleared them, but we didn't. Or we may have knocked them back a bit, but then they come out when they see that the coast is clear and they start wreaking havoc again. But we think, nope, we did a parasite cleanse, we cleared them. So it's not likely parasites causing our mental health issues anymore. It's likely something else. And so this is a big reason why they go underaddressed for so long.
And that wraps up the 5 ways that chronic parasites are often key players in mental health issues of any kind, and why they often are so overlooked and underaddressed. Now, we couldn't possibly tell you exactly how to properly clear parasites in a short video. So because of that, we have created some amazing resources for you to be able to address them properly from a holistic whole person approach.
And that brings me to our numero uno resource that we created, and it's our course, Parasite Cleansing Mastery, which is a fully self-paced, so work at your own rate, however it works for you, program that takes you deep into the realms of a truly holistic, whole person, whole system approach of parasite cleansing that addresses not only the physiological, but the psychological reasons of why we become vulnerable hosts to them in the first place, and then walks you through a step-by-step, truly bio-individual process for effectively kicking them to the curb once and for all so that you can restore your precious energy, health, and vitality and overcome any mental health challenges that you or your clients might be struggling with. If this resonates with you and you'd like to learn more, you can do so by checking out the video information below, and you'll find a link to our Wellness Code Academy, where then you can click on the top navigation bar and learn all you need, as well as enroll in Parasite Cleansing Mastery. That is a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to sharing more of our work with you in the future. Cheers to your healing, your resilience, and your success.
See you next time.